Two cars, one obsession, but only one can claim to be the true king of the road. Today, we're settling the ultimate debate that's been brewing for years. What does it actually mean to take a Formula One engine off the track and put it on the street? Not some marketing fantasy, not some car with a racing stripe and a turbo sticker. We're talking about the real deal, a hypercar powered by Lewis Hamilton's championship-winning F1 engine, and a machine designed by the architect behind Red Bull's dominance, Adrian Newey himself. One's a precision German engineering masterpiece, the other, pure, unapologetic British insanity. In the next 10 minutes, we're putting them through hell. And by the end, you'll know exactly which one is truly worthy of the F1 crown. First up, the sound test. And this matters more than you think. On one side, a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 screaming from the rear. Inside the cabin, it reaches 120 decibels. That's not a car, that's a concert. On the other side, a 1.6-liter turbocharged V6, the same whisper-quiet displacement that revolutionized Formula One back in 2014, the same engine that won countless championships, the same power plant that nobody, and we mean nobody, remembers as the greatest sounding engine in motorsport history. But here's the twist. When these engineers went to work, they didn't try to hide what it was. They amplified it, enhanced it, made it sing. From the outside, the V12 is pure joy, unmistakable, glorious. The way it punches through the air, there's no question what's under that hood. The V6, meanwhile, gets confused looks. That's only 1.6 liters? Impossible. It sounds like a race-tuned V8. It sounds like the F1 engines people actually want. The ones from the 90s. The ones we all grew up loving. But the real winner here? It's not about which sounds better. It's about the experience. For everyone else listening, and in that department, there's only one contender that wins by a landslide. The brutality of that V12 creates something no modern supercar can replicate. Genuine awe from everyone around you. Now forget sound, forget luxury. Let's talk about something that separates the legends from the pretenders. Raw control in the worst conditions. The track is wet. The stakes are high. We're talking about multi-million-pound machinery, and the drivers are pushing these beasts to the absolute limit on slippery tarmac, with traction control off. The V12 is a masterclass in balance. Rear-wheel drive, 100 horsepower, and weight distributed perfectly. It goes sideways with confidence. It comes back with composure. It's like watching a dancer who knows exactly where the edge is and how to tiptoe right along it. But the German machine, it's a different beast entirely. Four-wheel drive, complicated electronics, F1-derived suspension geometry that's been tweaked to perfection. It's trickier to initiate the slide, but once you understand its language, it becomes manageable, predictable, safe, in the way that only engineers can make something safe. One car feels like you're commanding a wild animal. The other feels like you're piloting a spacecraft designed by mathematicians. Both are extraordinary, but in the battle for raw usability, there's a clear winner here. The car that lets you exploit its limits without needing a degree in aerodynamics. Every great hypercar needs a moment of wow. A party trick that makes your friends grab their phones. One vehicle features a hydraulic system that activates louvres and pops up an entire rear wing configuration. It's theatrical, dramatic. A visual spectacle that screams engineering excellence. The other, it doesn't need tricks. It is the trick. But there's a clever detail hidden in its design, a built-in structural element that serves dual purpose, aerodynamic tunnel, and emergency shelter for two people. It's the kind of thinking that comes from decades of designing racing machines. Nothing wasted, everything intentional. One makes you smile when the aero deploys. The other makes you smile every time you look at it, because you know Adrian Newey thought of something you didn't. Here's where things get interesting. A rolling start from 30 mph. Floor the throttle. One of these cars will pull ahead, and the answer might surprise you. The V12 launches forward with raw British aggression. It hasn't even deployed its hybrid assist system, and it's already making things look easy. The lighter weight, the simpler transmission, the direct connection between driver and engine, it all adds up to one thing: acceleration that's almost unfair. The German machine comes equipped with F1-derived hybrid technology and multiple electric motors. In theory, it should be unbeatable. In practice, physics wins. Lighter is faster, simpler is faster. And in a straight-line battle, the British Hypercar takes this round decisively. Now let's get scientific. The Aston Martin claims a dry weight of 1,270 kilograms. We put it on the scales. Full fuel tank. Everything accounted for. Result, 1,840 kilograms. It's actually lighter than claimed. That's not engineering. That's wizardry. The Mercedes hits the scales next. Full fuel. All systems armed. Ready to go. Result, 1,745 kilograms. That's 405 kilograms of difference. Getting on for half a ton. That's an entire human being. Times 3. Or a baby elephant if you're keeping score at home. In the world of hypercars, that's not just a number. That's a disadvantage that compounds through every single test. Every corner, every acceleration, every braking point. The British machine didn't just win this round, it exposed a fundamental truth. Lighter is always better, always. From 120 miles per hour to complete standstill. That's how we measure stopping power. That's how we find out which of these machines can bring itself down from serious speed with precision that matters on actual racetracks. The German car has the advantage here. It's using the actual braking system from Lewis Hamilton's championship-winning F1 car, carbon ceramics, precision-engineered calipers, the works. But the Aston Martin? It doesn't have F1 brakes. What it has is something more valuable, less weight to stop. Physics versus engineering. And when the dust settles, the British hypercar stops in a distance that's nothing short of spectacular. The German machine slides past its marker, unable to match the stopping precision needed. Even with multiple attempts and improved track conditions, it can't overcome the fundamental advantage. Mass is the enemy of deceleration. Here's a question. How much of a hassle is it to actually drive one of these things? Both cars demand respect. Both require rituals, but one demands a lot more ritual than the other. The Mercedes-AMG requires multiple button presses, paddle holds, mode selections, and electronic confirmations. It's like launching a spacecraft. Nothing happens until everything is aligned perfectly. The steering wheel needs to drop. The electronic systems need to communicate. The hybrid systems need to energize. The Aston Martin, get in. Press the button. Go. In a practical sense, the British car understands something the Germans seemingly forgot. Maximum attack mode should actually be, maximum attack, not maximum bureaucracy. Now let's talk about what these engines were actually designed to do. The Aston Martin 6.5-liter V12 is an absolute masterpiece. It's consistent. It delivers every single horsepower every single time. There's no derating. No power loss, no moment where you accelerate out of a corner and suddenly feel like someone pulled 400 horsepower out from under you. It's reliable, it's honest, it's what every hypercar should be. The Mercedes engine is more complicated. In race mode, when everything is optimized and the hybrid system is firing, the power delivery is genuinely impressive. It feels like more than 1,049 horsepower. It feels like controlled chaos. But there's a catch. It derates under load. The power drops. The driver feels it. And in a car costing millions of pounds, that shouldn't happen. That's not a design choice. That's a compromise. One engine is pure, unapologetic power. The other is calculated, sometimes brilliant, occasionally frustrating. In the world of hypercars, purity wins. If someone asked us to lap a racetrack in these machines and beat the clock, we'd choose the German car. Superior aero, hybrid assist, four-wheel drive traction. But if someone asked us which car we'd actually enjoy driving, the Aston Martin. Every single time. It's lighter, it's more communicative. It rewards skill instead of substituting electronics for it. You feel every corner. You understand its limits. You become part of the machine instead of being a passenger in it. The Mercedes is impressive. It's brilliant engineering, but it's also complicated. And complication can sometimes be the enemy of joy. So here's the final truth. Only one of these cars is truly worthy of the F1 crown. Not just because of points, not just because of lap times, but because it understands what it means to be an F1 car. Pure, focused, uncompromising. The Mercedes-AMG is a spectacular achievement, an engineering marvel, proof that you can take a real F1 engine bolted into a road car and create something extraordinary. But the Aston Martin Valkyrie is something else entirely. It's what happens when the world's greatest motorsport designer decides to build his masterpiece without limitations, without compromise, without corporate boardroom interference. One is the better car. One is the better dream. But it's still looking for its identity. And until the engineers give it one that matches the price tag and the legacy it's trying to resurrect, this hypercar will remain exactly what it is. A beautiful contradiction that appeals to a very specific buyer who knows exactly what they're getting and doesn't care about anything else. And if this video opened your eyes to the truth behind these F1 hypercars, how they may look tempting on the outside but are packed with compromises, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. If you had to choose between the Mercedes-AMG One and the Aston Martin Valkyrie, which one would you take home? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. Your perfect hypercar is out there. Just look for it the right way. See you in the next video.